Hello to everyone. Hello. My name is Alex and today with you we will talk and watch video about Lisbon. If I'm correct with pronunciation, if not, please forgive me if you're from Portugal. And today's video will be quite simple in a lot of ways because this video will be like vlog video, such type of video where you will be able just to watch and at the same time self-educate yourself, and it will be not with purpose to gain something like insanely too much smart information about Lisbon. I just wondered only a couple things about the city, like population of the city, and maybe places where you can go, maybe what kind of problems people have, or who is living there in, or maybe benefits of being and living in Lisbon. I think that it will be fascinating video because it will be from channel which is called this channel is called Dave in Portugal. Dave in Portugal, can you imagine? And at the same time, I'm happy to see eagles of our wonderful, amazing community. Hello to you, Emma. Happy to see you. It's nice to see you as always. Hello to you, Thomas Lee. And yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Like, we already have highs and greetings. I think it is amazing. It really is. And Lisbon never was there before. Like majority of these places around the world, I didn't visit personally. I wasn't in many places. I didn't visit majority of these places around the world, but we have amazing free opportunity to travel at least by using experience of others and looking footages, recorded videos of other people. And yes, it is fascinating. Before we will start our live stream, you can leave your likes. I forget to change in one. Okay, anyway, you can leave your like. You can leave your comments below. Have you ever visited Lisbon or not? Because I feel that this place full of amazing castles, because in front of me I have screen and it's beginning from view from amazing castle. And yes, on amazing, yeah, anyway, we will watch this video. It's quite long, 27 minutes, but I will try to talk less because I like to talk and I'm talking too much maybe, but I will try to talk less and maybe we will do this live stream faster. Usually it's not working with me. Anyway, let's share screen and we can see here. At first I want to look for population. We can see it's stably growing, and yes, in 80s there was annual change like plus 2%. This green line, like if example in 24 population of Lisbon was like plus 0.47%, let's say like 0.5%, half of percent, maybe even better. 3 million people. In this city, Lisbon lives 3 million people. Okay, Houston is bigger. That's interesting. anyway, we can see that during 80s and 90s there was growth of population, but it was more stable. Let's say like this. From 80 to 90, like for during decade, it was quite stable. That's all good, stable, little growth, population, okay. But in 1950, population of Lisbon was 1.3 million people. We can see that for 70 years plus it changed to it doubled it doubled by population. Not every city can show such results. Like for sure, not every city can show these amazing changes, dramatical changes. And yes, hello Sam Smith Q. Happy as always to see you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate this, and I'm happy to see also Brenda Snow. Hello to you. Hi to you. And yes, changed a lot. Lisbon changed a lot, and at least we can see this by population. I think that these statistics kind of honest, like who will lie, why? It makes no sense. Yes. Okay. I want to know also another. Like obviously, it looks like it is because it is Portugal. It looks like there you can find language official as Portugal, but I want to see to know GDP per capita example. Just we can see its GDP amounts to 300 oh one sorry 110.3 billions 110 billions American dollars. Yes, it is amazing. I think people asking such questions like in terms of GDP, Portugal ranks number 47 in the world and falls way behind major economies such as the USA and the UK. Of course, obviously, that a lot of people comparing their quality of life, their opportunities by looking at such country like the USA, because the USA one of the there are like dozen countries, and the USA one of the countries where quality of living much better. Anyway, 110 billions dollars. It is we saw this. I want to show you castle, this amazing castle. I was talking about this before. Oh, Lisbon, in Portugal. Yes, I see. It is amazing. It is really amazing. Alex, did you? Yes, thank you for asking this question. Did your webcam arrive? I didn't receive yet. It's already more than 1 week past, and I'm not patient. I'm waiting this camera because I want to have new experience in my life and to be able to show for Eagle members another angle and angle of my life. Maybe to show you a little bit more about how I'm studying, because I'm spending and studying quite not a lot like some people, but I'm spending by sitting here quite good amount of time. Anyway, I'm waiting. Thank you, Sam Smith Q, for buying this web camera. Thank you, of course, for your support, and obviously I will give you link, and all people who is members of my English world who is supporting me, eagles of our community, they will have opportunity to see me online every time. Like maybe it will be one of the like uh, how to say perks, I don't know. Anyway, benefits of being a membership. If you think it is benefits, I think it is just interesting. I would love to see myself from a side sometimes too. It looks like fascinating and quite interesting experience. And yes, okay. um Okay, let's continue talking about Lisbon, and we can see that everything you must know before visiting Lisbon. Lisbon. It doesn't mean that I'm considering plans like to visit right now to the Lisbon. I do not have any plans. I want to stay in one place and to think about my education, but we can visit this online. And it will be not like a lecture, it will be just like amazing vlog. And I am excited. Let's go.
No castelo, olho o cotovelo, em Alfama, descanso o olhar, e assim desfaço o velo de azul mar.
Yeah.
Lisbon, or as the locals call Lisboa.
What?
Color-
Lisboa? Lisbon. And I see already colorful buildings. And I want to tell you that I like people who can sing, who is artistical, anyway, artful. I'm creating my own vocabulary. Anyway, not artificial at least, but artist. Anyway, I forget. I hope that you will forget me for this. Forgive me for this. Anyway, I like to listen songs in different language. Sometimes, when you do not want to think, you can listen. Example, French. Example, I was listening French music just to relax and without thinking about meaning. Sometimes I can do this. I just want to listen, just to enjoy from sound, not to enjoy from meaning. That's kind of interesting thing, because when you understanding words, meaning, everything becoming differently. Yeah.
Full organized chaos. A masterful combination of old versus new. A city that is older than Rome.
And then
Lisbon
Rome,
is
wow.
at the apex of a massive transition, from a once urban dystopia to a new renaissance, transforming it into an international hub. This is not your typical on-the-surface YouTube video about a weekend in Lisbon.
Yeah.
This is a deep dive into the authentic Lisboa. I want you to
Lisbon.
feel like you are right here in the city with me, and my goal is to prepare you so you don't look like another lost tourist looking for a Starbucks.
Auto insurance all seems the same.
It is happening.
Until it's time.
It is happening probably with a lot of people who is going to another country, and I believe it is human protection. When you're visiting another country, you want to see something familiar to you. You want to feel yourself at least a little bit like at home. And as a result, people, example, when they're visiting a country, I can understand that's why people are creating communities. I can understand why people sometimes can live in, example, in America and do not study English because it is easier. It's just easier. It's less stressful. You can you can find Jewish community in New York, Russian community, any Chinese community in America. Every kind of community you can find in New York, in Houston, in big cities of the USA, and I can understand that a desire of people to feel yourself even it is like at home, and that's like, yeah, I can yeah, but at the same time I wasn't part of Russian I tried, but I was going to play one game, mafia game, but I stopped right now because I'm focused on my goals, and but I can understand people pretty well because culturally it can be and but when you're a tourist, I don't know. Even when you're tourist, people showing the same tendency. It looks
In
like
Lisbon,
this.
there is no shortage of incredible street art. This is one of my favorite artists, Ad Fuel.
Lisbon.
A lot of his murals create the illusion that a layer of the building is being ripped away, and
They call it murals because here in Houston I was doing video before, and I was showing some of the murals here in Houston, and it is artful. It is amazing. I like example this art object. It looks fantastic, and to be honest, it looks like combination for me, like modern art with some traditional futuristic views. Yes, something like traditional and I don't know, like traditional patterns I can recognize, like on this white wall. There with colorful, it is like giving you a vibe of something modern time or maybe a little bit future. Yes, it is fascinating.
beneath lies the colorful tiles that Portugal is so famous for.
Yeah, traditional. But I see here aliens. Looks like eyes and ears. Ha! We know, and bones and emojis, mushrooms, and I would not. My politeness will not allow to show you what it looks like. Let's go.
Up until the 17th century, the city had a tradition of completely white buildings. But after the devastating earthquake of 1755 that nearly leveled the entire city, locals began to add color and decorative tiles to the exterior walls and pavements. This, over time, led to welcoming street art that now covers many of the buildings all over Lisbon.
Wow. It's just obey peace is radical. Obey peace is radical. Oops. Not war. Make art, not war. Okay, yes, it makes sense. I agree completely with this. That I'm one of these person who wants to have art more, cultural exchanges.
Arguably the most famous street artist in Portugal right now is Bordalo II, who creates incredible 3D murals of animals by repurposing garbage found around the city. He calls himself an artivist, and there is always a strong environmental message behind each of his works. The street art in Lisbon is hard to miss, but there are many different street art tours and free street art maps if you are interested all over the internet. Okay, so a little while ago, I did a video about the top 12 things not to do in Lisbon, and one of those things were riding in the tuk-tuks. Well, I received a very long comment, maybe one of the longest comments that I've ever had on a video, from a guy named DJ Mario. So as you can tell by this long comment, you can see that he is very upset.
Yeah, he was very disappointed. Like it was difficult, and probably not so good
A
experience
guy
for
named
him.
DJ Mario.
Hi Dave, been subscribing your channel and watching your videos for a while now, and I really liked most of them. I'm sad to say that today after watching this video I even unsubscribed because I couldn't believe how biased this video was. I have you even ridden in a tuk-tuk? If not, how can you say that they're all a rip-off? Just because some friend told you so. If that same friend told you that buying the April 25th bridge was an excellent deal, would you believe him without doing some research on your own? Being a tuk-tuk driver guide for 8 years now, I will gladly take you on a tour of my beautiful city where I was born and raised, and then you can tell me and everyone else how much of a rip-off tuk-tuk tours are. Of course, if people get into tuk-tuks driven by people who are obviously not Portuguese natives, you will probably get less than you pay for. But a tuk-tuk tour can be an amazing experience if you get a good local guide, driver, of which there are a lot of in this city. I see what's happened. He was offended. They have tuks in Portugal. I never heard about this word before. But it looks like. Let's look how like pictures. Tuks. Tuks. Oh no. Wow, no, it looks disgusting. Ugh. Alex, close your eyes. Tuks. Images. Tuks. Why? Tuk. To be honest, when I was tuk-tuks, when I was talking about buying bicycle, we had a joke that Alex should drive or ride on such tuk-tuk. I didn't know that they have specific name, but we had this joke that maybe I should ride on this tuk-tuk, and it would be amazing. Can you imagine, like Alex driving on tuk-tuk? Yes. Yes, now I know what their name is. Yes, like this. Tuk-tuk. And they can be like taxi. In Bangkok and in many Asian countries, I believe it is a quite popular thing. Wow, thank you. Thank you for giving this name to this guy and to you in our community. Tuk-tuk. Wow. Can you... But here it will not save you from... I still, despite that it looks quite a nice car, I still want to have ordinary car. I mean, like... because, come on, here I need AC when I will drive for sure. Here it's open without any doors. You will struggle during summertime in Houston. But yes, we understood message. I think that it is Alex. The word is tiltax. Tiltax? Wow. Still, for me, it's difficult to pronounce this. Oh no. Why? Gosh, Alex. TikTok. Yes.
Tuk.
Tuk. TikToks. Tiltax. Tuk.
Tuk.
I was too pronouncing like tuk. The word is tak tak. Thank you a lot for sharing the same Smith Q4 with pronunciation. I appreciate this. And hello, Polly. Happy to see you, Polly. Hi, Polly. Okay, let's go.
As you can tell by this long comment, you can see that he is very upset. He says that he's going to unsubscribe to the channel and ask me if I've ever even ridden in a tuk-tuk and offers to give me a tuk-tuk ride free of charge. Well, we are about to go meet up with Mario right now and take him up on that free ride. Let's go. We're currently out here looking for Mario, but there are tuk-tuks everywhere, and I don't know which one's him.
В начале октября этого года я вместе с сыном уехали из России. Решение было сложным, но я приняла его быстро. Сейчас мы...
Yeah, a lot of people were moving from Russia. Yes.
Mario?
I'm one of them.
Mario! Mario!
Mario, he's calling him.
Mario?
Yes.
How are you? How are you?
How are
Great
you?
to see you, my friend.
Nice to meet
Very
you.
nice to meet you, my friend.
He unsubscribed.
First of all, I have to apologize for the slightly harsh comment that I made on your video, but I was really pissed.
No problem. Hey, no problem. We're going to make that up today.
So I'm going to give you the standard tour that I do give all my clients. If you want to go into the tuk-tuk, I'll give you some security pointers. So keep your safety belt
Okay.
on at all times,
Okay.
please. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle and always try to exit by the sidewalk side. Okay?
All right.
Let's do this.
Looking forward to it.
After each corner. So
Yeah. I'm excited to see it through your eyes today.
Yeah.
So, Mario, I'd love to hear your story, man. How did you get into driving tuk-tuk?
how much time do you get? Do you have? So it's quite an easy story. I was like most people in Portugal. If you lose your job after you turn 40, it will be really, really hard for you to get another job.
Yeah.
So I was in my 50s, and the company I had been working for had gone out of business. So I was at home feeling miserable, and one day my former girlfriend called me up and she said, "Oh, look, there's a friend of mine who just bought a tuk-tuk and she's looking for a guide. And I think that that job has got your name written all over it. Do you want to try?"
Yes, it is. I like this video that he is already talking about problems when you are like over 40s. Pretty often people can find such problems with job, with money. I don't know. I have this moment dream to have knowledge about some languages, to know English well, to know Chinese, and as a result to be professional in political science. I don't know what kind of life will look like in my 40s. I probably should think about this now, but I feel also that I need to gain knowledge about this world itself, and because life's so short, and if I will not use this opportunity now, when I will use this? I mean, example, to know Chinese, when I will understand, if I will not improve English now, when I will be able to do and realize my dreams. I think that in America especially, I always was thinking that it is land of freedom, land of opportunities, and as a result I was like, wow, if I will not realize now and then will not start to do this now, when I will achieve this? But we can see that some people can lose their job in 40s, and as a result it is difficult. It can be difficult, and especially for people can be painful to start to have new job in their 40s. It is understandable. Yeah.
Try it and say, okay, I'll give it a try. And I've been doing it ever since. Last 8 years.
Thank you, Sam Smith Q. Tak. Thank you.
And so where are you from?
I'm from Lisbon, born and bred.
Wow.
After meeting Mario and hearing his story, he seemed like a really great guy, and it made me want to do something special for him.
I love music. I love this music.
Everywhere you look in Lisbon, every minute detail, there is craftsmanship and beauty. You look down at the stone streets, and there are these ornate black and white designs pounded stone by stone into the pathways. Then you look up, and entire buildings are covered by these beautiful colored tiles called
Amazing.
azulejos.
Azulejos.
But believe it or not,
it sounds so authentic. Azulejos. And it looks, I didn't know, I had no idea that in Lisbon they have these patterns on the walls. Of course, probably that it is main streets, touristic places. I doubt that all buildings in Lisbon have such patterns, but I believe that because it is expensive to keep these like old buildings, like come on, but still it looks amazing. And this united style, how it's not united, but that they probably have designers or those people who is responsible for creating such artful objects.
these tiles are not originally Portuguese. The term azulejo has Arabic roots meaning small polished stone. The first examples of azulejos in Portugal date back to the late...
One moment. When I see such patterns, I immediately think about Soviet bathrooms. Because yes, it is Lisbon, but in Soviet style of apartments, they were taking these little bricks, I don't know how it's called, and they were doing this in, maybe I will be able to look this with you, like Soviet bathroom style. Yeah, we will look. Soviet apartment, no, not apartment, Soviet bathroom style, Russian style bathroom. No, it's not, yes, more like this, but it is more modern. This is like, you can see it is modern, only rich people can afford like this. I would say it is not like this. You can see even toilets. They have here carpets in toilets. But you took idea, hopefully, that they were creating. Maybe I will be able, which is more common, to find these pictures. Like you can see such bricks, but pretty often they had these how it's usual ordinary Soviet bathroom toilet, and they have sometimes on these bricks exactly or reminding like these patterns. And in toilets they have pretty often where I show this to you. Like this, and it is majority of people, like, they have it. Maybe why do not see these pictures? Because it is pretty common. Pretty common. Like here you can see bathroom. And one of the sides of the bathroom have such pictures, like here. It is pretty often common thing such to have such tile. Yeah. Yes, it is true. That's like immediately what's happening here. Like, but it is interesting to compare. And like, but they doing this, in my mind, it is like atmosphere of bathroom should be like or toilet, but in their mind, let's make walls like this. Mosaic, it is mosaic. Thank you, Christina, thank you. And hello, Lisa Marshall, thank you a lot for your support. I appreciate it. I'm happy to see you, Lisa Marshall. Yes, like, it's like different cultural thing, I don't know.
15th century.
Mosaic.
The art of creating them began on the Iberian Peninsula with the Moors, who brought their mosaic techniques to decorate the walls of their palaces with intricate geometric patterns symbolizing opulence. But in the mid-16th century, pottery workshops began to emerge all over Lisbon. Since I met up with Super Mario, the tuk-tuk driver, on Avenida de Liberdade, I decided to have lunch in this area. This is one of the most beautiful streets in Lisbon due to its large trees. It is arguably the main street of Lisbon and a great place to hide from the sun on a very hot day. The street is lined with bougie designer stores like Louis Vuitton, not really my style, but there are some great hidden restaurants in the back streets.
Yes, of course, Louis Vuitton too expensive, and I think that it is a waste of money. Like, or maybe like those people who is like celebrities, they're making money from this. I mean, like, showing people how rich they are. It is like kind of their job, but to not see point in this, huge point. Anyway, who can afford they like thinking about? You just cannot afford this. That's why you're thinking like this. Like, sometimes you can find some people, they can afford for themselves opinion to blame people in poverty. In Russia, I've heard this many times when officials can you imagine official like a governor can blame person or people because they're poor, but it's their job to help people to not be poor, but they are blaming in Russia. They're like, wow, how we came to this point. I mean, like, what's happened with this world? I'm like, come on. Anyway, we will see. Louis Vuitton never had this such. I think maybe how expensive example price Louis Vuitton. Just curiosity. I do not think it is wise to have such expensive stuff. Just curiosity. How to write this? Louis Vuitton? Louis Vuitton. I don't know even how to pronounce. Gosh, man bag? Man bag. Prices. No, you can buy camera for this money. I mean, like, it make no sense. You can buy camera for $2,000. For it is a yeah. It make no sense to have such this. You can like $5 or like a car for $12,000. Yes, you can buy a car for 12. Yes, by the way, you can support me and buy and help me and buy me a coffee, because I think it is much more wise choice to find a car than to waste money on Louis Vuitton. Come on. I will never pay so much money for a logo. Same with me. It make no sense. I just do not understand this. But you can find a lot of people, they do this. They like, come on. I mean, like, yeah.
One of them being Agina. Because sardines are currently in season, there couldn't be a dish more Lisboa. It is a nice, off-the-beaten-path, authentic Portuguese restaurant that is frequented by local professionals for lunch. There is a nice outdoor patio and bar, which is great for the warmer weather months. If you are visiting Lisbon from June to September, this is when the sardinhas are in their prime and will be freshly brought in daily. The Portuguese have an art to eating these things. Since there are so many bones, you must use the cutlery to remove the meat successfully. I have always loved sardines, and Portugal is probably one of the best places to have sardines in the entire world.
So I don't know, I never told you this, but I'm also a DJ, you know, like
DJ. It is like when you see people and you can think like how interesting their life can be. Like you cannot sometimes even suggest tac driver, and he was DJ. And like, wow, it is interesting life we have. And yes, Lisa Marshall, thank you for showing link and to help Alex buy his first car on Buy Me Coffee. I think it will not be waste of time of money because I mean it is not bags from Louis Vuitton. And you can buy many things for with 3K, 3,000. It is for sure. It is for sure. Okay, let's go.
I started DJing when I was 16, and I still DJ actually. During winter time, I stopped doing the tuk-tuk tours.
Tuk-tuk. He's
and
pronouncing
I
like tuk-tuk.
Go back to being a DJ because, you know, like once a DJ, forever a DJ.
Looks amazing. I want to see plates. Here was plates. It is a sign of European Union. Let's look. Here we are. It is interesting. They have numbers, 4 numbers. Maybe I should move my face and to show how looks play here on buses. It is a little bit different, but this sign like a blue one like European Union, but I do not see pretty well this circle anyway. Yeah. How looks driver plate? How to name this plate? Or in Lisbon? Images. Exactly same picture. Yes? No, I was thinking like exactly same car, but I was wrong. Um, yes, you can see this thing that they have here sign of European Union, the circle of stars. Makes sense. It makes sense. And yellow part. Okay, now I see it. Now I know it. Um, Lisbon also has a large tramway system. Wow. Again, I didn't know this, but in this video they showed only short, I would say, footage of tram, and we will try to look today trams in Lisbon. We will try to look this. Let's go. One moment.
Whenever you dig a hole, you're going to find something. That's guaranteed. Whether it's Roman pottery or an Arab burial ground, you're going to find something. So that's what we should tell people to come and see. Our culture, our history. At a certain point, Portugal had the biggest empire on earth. The Portuguese Empire was the first global empire. It stretched all the way from Brazil to Timor, which is close to Australia. So I know for my experience that people are interested in knowing about those things. And most people, when they get to Lisbon, they haven't the slightest idea of the history this country has and this city. So I think that's what we should sell Lisbon like a cultural destination, not just like a place that you can take a low-cost flight and for 20 euros go there for a weekend and get drunk and do silly things on the streets, which is pretty much what we are seeing now.
Yes, I understand.
Whatever the holidays mean to you.
He's trying to use to promote his city and his country. Like, let's do his words. Like, let's do this cultural exchange, and we have something to offer. That's what I see from his words. And he said about Portugal Empire. Maybe I should watch Portugal Empire. Portugal Empire in time. It was from 14 to 50. Portuguese Empire. And we can see here areas of the world that were once part of the Portuguese Empire. We have here some Africa countries, South America. Yeah. The Portuguese Empire originated at the beginning of the Age of Discovery, and the power and influence of the Kingdom of Portugal would eventually expand across the globe. In the wake of the Reconquista, Portuguese sailors began exploring the coast of Africa and the Atlantic archipelagos. In 1418-1419, using recent developments in navigation, cartography, and maritime technologies such as the caravel, with the aim of finding a sea route to the source of the lucrative spice trade. It looks like they were trading with China, India, too, and was they using countries as colonial countries? Were they using colonizing? Were the colonizing countries? Portugal colonized parts of South America, like Brazil, Colonia do Sacramento, Uruguay, Cuanara, Venezuela, but also made some unsuccessful attempts to colonize North America, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Nova Scotia and Canada. They tried to colonize other countries, but they couldn't do this. Yeah, and because every time in my mind when I think about empire, I think immediately about colonization. That's what I think about. And maybe, yes, he's proud about his history of his country. It is amazing. Like history, it is history, what you can tell. But at the same time, we need to understand that pretty often, while one country had benefits, other country has kind of like, yeah.
Lisbon transforms at night, and the Bairro Alto is where many of Europe's 18-year-olds come to get drunk for the first time.
My second and third car were Pontiac Grand Arms. I never heard about this car before. Never. Like, what? And yes, I missed some messages. Anyway, I do not want to read some comments. Thomas Lee.
Although in the daylight hours, there are some really nice cafes and restaurants in this area. It wouldn't be a proper Lisbon evening if we didn't visit a fado house for dinner. And we were lucky enough to snag a reservation at O Corrido Casa de Fado.
Fado, meu vagabundo da rua, não sei que vida é a tua, que andas armado em senhor. Fado, tu gostas é da algazarra, do chá e de uma guitarra.
Fado music is the heart of the Portuguese soul.
Fadista, ser fadista de raça, é enfrentar a ameaça, é uma graça que Deus nos deu.
One of the oldest folk music styles in the world, its origins are unclear. A popular theory is that it started out at sea as the sad melodic songs were created by homesick sailors and fishermen. The musicians are like jukeboxes. The fado singer comes up and calls the tune, meaning that they've never rehearsed it together, and you will likely never hear it the same way ever again. There is something so powerful hearing fado in a fado house. The small rooms usually have incredibly intimate acoustics. You could hear a feather drop in here.
Yes, it is very touchful music. Even if I'm not understanding words, I can feel emotions, and it is nice. feeling. I can imagine that people who is there eating, sitting, talking, I don't know, listening music, they obviously feel they're warm. I can feel this through screen even, and I can understand that it can be exciting to be there in person. And yes, music can unite people. Let's sing together, even if we can. I cannot sing. I will just listen. I will but music and art can unite people. Wars sooner or later they're stopping, but music can unite people one day. Yes.
Ruas e ruas sem fogo e tu sem nunca apareceres. Resolvi esperar.
All Fado is dominated by the sentiment known as saudade, a word that cannot be precisely defined in English, but is roughly translated to a deep yearning.
Que estando triste não chora sem ti. É mais fácil eu saber que a vida está por viver.
Its lyrics are often sad, and a Fado performance is not successful if an audience is not moved to tears. Fado traditionally is not to be applauded.
Vista, pode ser que assim seja.
If you
If-
want an authentic Fado
If nobody is crying, or it means that she failed her parents. I don't know. I'm just trying to talk about like Asian parents. Like if you're not doctor, you failed child, you failed your parents. Or maybe if you cannot play piano, or do not have like the best A's in math, you're you're disappointing. You're embarrassing even your parents. I don't know. It is interesting.
experience, I would highly recommend the O Cogido Fado House.
Okay.
The travel crafters at Exotic.
Yes, I think that it is always nice to try to understand another culture. And to be honest, every time when we are talking about political science, I think that we need also to remember that we are talking also about people and cultures. And if we are comparing numbers, we need to also remember that behind these numbers, we can see lives, human lives. And yeah, it's just impossible just to talk about political science and to not talk about a culture behind this and ordinary people. But when I'm looking at this city, Lisbon, as I said before, I never visited this city. I see interesting pattern, same colored roofs. As you can see, it is red. Something interesting that in some cities like Athens, we looked yesterday, if I'm correct, there was another color like dominated from above, and it was more gray color or white. Let's look again, just compare this. Athens, city above photo. Yes, you can see and compare these colors. Obviously, less we can see less not so much red colors. It's just comparison. But I believe that such comparison talking about a lot of things. And example, why cannot? Yes. This maybe photo is better. Here we are. Yes, white and gray color like dominated in Athens. It is Greek. So, and what can I tell about culture? Interesting things. Interesting things. It is Athens and here Lisbon, Portugal. Red dominated. Wow. And bridge, even bridge looks has red color. If here we will look on bridge, probably we will be able to find there somewhere bridge. It will be and bridge. And the bridge, just a white bridge, like ordinary as usual. White, gray. Yeah, it doesn't mean that city is not beautiful. I'm just talking about comparison. It is influence of culture, probably.
Today we are visiting the Tiffin Cafe that specializes in local organic vegetarian dishes. And you don't have to be a vegan or vegetarian to appreciate how good this food is.
Yeah, it's always when you're looking for food, you're always like, wow, it looks delicious. And you said, Lisa, that you are driving 119 kilometers per hour on highways. I promised to myself I will avoid highways and freeways because I already a little bit started to forget how to drive. Because Heather periodically giving me opportunity to practice, but yesterday Heather example gave me opportunity. Let's go, like Alex, you need to practice to drive because it's easy to forget if you do not have car and do not go outside on car. As a result, yes, I will avoid for sure. No, high speed things like roads. Yeah, it looks nice, this cafe. I believe that he's showing these cafes and at the same time he's advertising these places. Probably they have kind of agreement with this cafe, and why not if it's working? He's not alone.
Over the past 5 years, Lisbon has become one of the most desirable locations for tech startups.
Sorry, I want to look on this building style. And it reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me architecture, German architecture. German architecture, it reminds me. Is it? Does it remind to you, German architecture? Let's look. I don't know. German architecture. Oh, I didn't do mistake. Wow. No, it is different. You can find another one, German architecture. Not this one. And not... Yes, I know that you can find such houses like this, but there was another one style. Yep. To this building, this one on the left. Here they have square. On the first building has like round round windows. Here on the here square first floor also has round shape a little bit. You can see this. Here square, here round. Same what we can see here. Where is it? Square and here round first floor. And this style. And they have this for protection from sun. Here they do not have, but still it reminds me. It is first floor quite low, and not so high windows. In Arsenyev, in Primorsky Krai, they have such style of buildings. Can I find this in English, Russian? You can find Can I find this or not? I have no idea. Such pictures from Arsenyev where I was living sometime, Primorsky region. Some buildings have same style. I remember. I cannot find this on the internet, probably. Oh, here we are. This one building photo reminds me, I don't know, but they have just squares, but it is a style. Yes, this one, you can see this picture. All these buildings, it is in Arsenyev. They are made was like by Germans, like architecture, German architecture, if I believe correctly. And here you can see example this one. Oh, same square kind of square. But some of windows, they have this round top. Yes. They just doing some renovations in these places, if I am correct. But the majority of them, of course, in bad condition, as you can see. Yes. Anyway. Just if I'm starting, yes, it looks a little bit Gothic. This is not Soviet style. What I was showing, it was made by Germans. It looks like more German style, if I'm correct. Maybe it is Soviet style, I don't know. But I remember that I've heard somewhere it is like German style. It was built in 1951, exactly this building. 1951, like 70 plus years, in terrible condition. Some of these buildings, some of them in good condition, because it depends what company has this. And you can see, we can translate this. Can we translate? Some people call this Arsenyev like Little Paris. Yeah, some people, of course, it's not Paris for sure. It's a little bit ugly for Paris, but yeah. Let's go, let's watch, because I can compare things which not related to the topic too long sometimes. So maybe I can, because for me it is interesting to compare things. For me it is fascinating. It is giving you sense of understanding, and maybe at those period of time, maybe they have here a number when it was built in Lisbon too. But believe me, at least it looks, for me it looks kind of close by style. Do you agree with me or not? What do you think about this? For me it looks a little bit close, even like in Arsenyev. But Arsenyev is not known city as yeah, just interesting to compare.
Over the past 5 years, Lisbon has become one of the most desirable locations for tech startups in the world. It is home to many co-work spaces and tech incubators.
In terms of the startup world and all the tech that you hear about, Portugal has become.
Yeah, he's cute. He's cute and he has nice beard. My problem, co-founder of Title, I don't know what is it, but I have problems. I cannot grow beard. I mean, like, it's not a problem for me, it's not bothering me, but I wanted some period of my life to have beard and to have mustache, to change my style. What can I tell? Maybe I need to use some vitamins. Yes, we will look over. Thank you for sharing with this link. Lisa Marshall, Alex, look for properties, Portugal homes. We will look at the properties probably at the end of our live stream. And yes, it's always just interesting to compare what kind of inflation, maybe how inflation did this impact on properties, and yeah, how expensive this city is.
The center for people. I think it's thriving, right? Because it's also a small community. It's not like Silicon Valley, San Francisco, or London, where it's just too big, right? Like you get lost in a sprawl of all these people doing all these projects. Here you kind of are in the community. For example, for me, I'm in financial technology, and I kind of know the community. I know what people are working on. I know the events that are going on. I know how to talk to you, how to find the investors here. And so people just come here because it's not a giant metropolitan sprawl. People know each other, and it's thriving for that reason. It's a real community.
Yes, example here in I want to see his face again. Here we are. Anyway.
Here.
Yes, anyway, what I wanted to tell you. In Houston, you can be pretty easily lost because Houston is huge. And Houston can offer so many things. Example, every day some events happening here, and you will not able to, even if you will try to follow all events which is happening here in Houston. It's just impossible, because Houston is enormous. Houston is growing. Houston can offer you so much stuff. You will not able to gain this just even for one day to visit all events which is happening here. Like even on Meetup application, you can find there like dozen events happening every day. And like, wow, it is insanely crazy. And it is fascinating. You can be lost, of course, if you do not know what you want from your life, if you do not know what you like. In my situation, I'm lucky that I have my hobbies. I know what I want to know. I know what I want to achieve. I want to know English, I want to know Chinese, I want to know political science, I want to have amazing my English world community. As a result, maybe it is too much for one person I took, but I can understand his situation. Living in Lisbon, that's what he's talking about. Lisbon is less by population than Houston for sure. And you can feel the community. To be honest, in Houston, it doesn't mean you can feel community. You just need to find your own community where you feel yourself. You just need to find your community where you feel yourself at, like, it's yours. Yes, maybe that's what he's talking about. And yeah, it's an interesting thought.
Because it's not a giant metropolitan sprawl. People know each other, and it's thriving for that reason. It's a real community.
The downside is the gentrification. The downside is that as it is a beautiful city and with a nice weather, good food, all the pros that Lisbon and Portugal have, lots and lots of people have been falling in love with Lisbon and Portugal and have been buying property here. And lots of people want to come here on vacation, and some people that own buildings and they used to have them rented, they just evicted lots of people that had been living in the old neighborhoods like Alfama and Moraria for all their lives, because the owners wanted to make Airbnbs on those buildings, because they do make a lot more money. So
yeah, I want to tell one of the things that I saw their message, Thomas Lee, that you said about you don't want war. I do not want any war anywhere. I'm so goddamn peaceful guy that can be maybe for some people embarrassing thing. I mean, like, I even would say that I hate wars. Like, really hate, because it is destroying people's lives. I do not understand ambitions of some people who is supporting wars. I do not understand some people who is like doing this just because it is giving them, I don't know what it's giving, money, influence. No war. Yes, completely agree with you, Thomas Lee. I'm against war and will always against this. Because come on, why people cannot live peacefully? Why some people forced because of decision of politicians to move from Ukraine? They were living there all their lives, and as a result they are struggling, and I'm not understanding why people struggling because of ambitions of others. And yeah, it is crazy. Here we can see Lisbon trying to live peaceful life. Houston living peaceful life. Not trying. Lisbon doesn't have any war. I mean, like, I should probably watch one day live in Kiev during the wartime, or maybe not Kiev, but small city like Odessa. Maybe I should watch such video in future too, because it has direct like yeah, maybe. Oh yes, I forget my thoughts. It is okay. Okay, let's go. Let's watch, because no war. It is my lozung. Cultural exchange. It is also my TVs. I don't know how to say this in English. TVs.
Basically, we lost a lot of population. Lisbon used to have 1 million inhabitants, and now it says barely 800,000. And that's if we include the suburbs, some of the suburbs.
What?
So,
one moment. This video was made 6 months ago. It is quite fresh video. Let's look population. Lisbon. I didn't cut it. Lisbon. We looked already. Without. Of course, I'm using suburbs. What is the population of the suburbs of Lisbon? 2.9 people. I looked, yes, I looked already today, but he said like Lisbon is the capital and the largest city of Portugal, with an estimated population 549, let's say, thousands people within its administrative limits in area. It looks like with the suburb, Lisbon has 3 million people. By itself, it is like 550,000 people. I didn't know this. I didn't know this for sure. Yes. I looked at that. I was looking. They're counting this with suburbs. Okay.
I think that's probably the downside.
Renting in Lisbon is now the third most expensive European city after Amsterdam and Reykjavik. However, the average salaries and income in these countries are almost 4 times higher than they are in Portugal.
I had to leave the house where I lived all my life, and I had to move to the suburbs because when the contract ended and they gave me a new contract, the rent went up like for 4 times more.
Beautiful view. I'm lucky in my situation. I'm very lucky. I have opportunity to not rent apartments, because thank you, Heather and Steven, a lot. I appreciate this. And I'm lucky. Yes, I know. As a result, I can spend time on dedication, on self-education, and trying to learn new language, trying to understand new things, improve my understanding of this world, and to go towards cultural things, which I so much talking about. And yes, it is sad in a lot of ways. I don't know what I would do, because renting quite expensive everywhere, and it is crazy. It is crazy because pretty often people live in. I can understand like just paying majority of their salary for renting. It is crazy. And I see your message, Lisa Marshall. You said, I would be too nervous to drive on those narrow streets. I would not be nervous, but during night time to walk there, I don't know. Is it safe? It looks like maybe like example. I do not know. Uh, crime rates in Lisbon. Let's look. Crime rates in Lisbon. Crime rates in Lisbon. I do not know, but would I feel safe? Oh, again, quite low. Level of crime low. We can see war is being insulted. Okay, very low. Cost of living. We can see here this information like level of crime. We can see this. Crime increasing in the past 3 years. Moderate, low. How they count, I don't know. Just we have these words low. War is car stolen, low. War is be attacked, low. War is things from war is being insulted, low. Very low it is war is being subject to a physical attack because of your skin color, ethnic origins, gender or religion. Very low it is like even lower than the low, like interesting. But at the same time we can see moderate. It is problem people using of dealing drugs. It is moderate, same as problem corruption and bribery. It is even more problems. I believe it looks like, yes, crime level, they're important to know. It looks like we see that it is because of economical situation. That what I see when I see these numbers. Because of bribery and corruption. The increasing amount of problems with drugs. Drug problems becoming it like yes, problem. But we can see below another facts. It's not my imagination, but we can see safety walking alone during daylight very high. That's why Alex calmed down. Walking to like in these narrow streets, you will feel yourself safe. And the walking alone during nights, that's what I was talking about. You can, Alex, calm down too. You can walk there and do not worry about safety. Yes, that's good statistics, that's good numbers, and I like these numbers. I like said that they're increasing some problems, increasing like, but what can we say? Hope that it will be better. It will be better. Anyway, it was my answer to you, Lisa Marshall, that yes, it is important, like about driving no narrow streets. It looks like the crime will be less. And yes, let's go.
This bridge may look familiar to you.
Yes.
Surprisingly, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco actually came 30 years before. And confusingly, the bridge was built by the same consortium that built the Bay Bridge in San Francisco, not the Golden Gate. The bridge was originally named the Salazar.
13 years before. 13 or 30? 13. Oh gosh. It looks massive. And when I'm thinking about big structure, I mean like projects, I'm fascinated about such projects. That's what human mind can create. It is connecting families. It is connecting territories. And we can see that it is connecting. It has, so this bridge changed so many lives just by being there and giving people opportunity to walk to drive from one place to another. That's impact of infrastructure. It is crazy. Yeah, it's amazing.
Our bridge, the leader of the longest living authoritarian regime in Europe. So why did they rename it the 25th of April Bridge? Well, on this day in 1974, one of the most important things in Portuguese history happened here in Lisbon.
So, I remember that day, that the April 25th, 1974 day, like as if it was yesterday. I was not even 12 yet. And I remember waking up in the morning with the phone ringing. I used to go to school with a friend of mine. That his mother would drive us there, and his father was a major in the Portuguese army. And so the phone rings, and I answer the phone, and it's his mother saying, "You're not going to school today. Stay at home. Stay away from windows. There's a revolution going on." And I couldn't understand what the hell was a revolution. So I called my mother, and when my mother started talking to the lady, I remember my mother's face turning white. And then she told me, "Stay away from the windows," and we put on the radio, and there was like nothing but those military marches going on. And from time to time, there would be this gentleman reading a message from the armed forces movement, the revolutionary forces, telling people that they should stay at home and that they were trying to give people a better future, and so on and so on. And that music, especially that military music, it stuck to my head, and I still remember I could sing it by heart right this moment.
Yes, I see that you remember these motives. And what is the waterway the bridge is crossing? What is the waterway the bridge is crossing? Let's look. Waterway bridge. Oh gosh. In Lisbon. The Vasco da Gama Bridge, Portuguese Ponte, I don't know, that spans the Tagus River in Porto, the capital of Portugal. I don't know. The Vasco da Gama Bridge. You can find such, and it is another bridge. I don't know. It looks massive. It looks massive, and a waterway, like it is another one. It is another one, but still quite huge. But we need to look Lisbon. What's the name? 25th Bridge. Let's look. Yeah. another one it is which we saw right now, and the Tagus River in Lisbon. It is crossing the Tagus River too in Lisbon capital, connecting the city with the municipality of Almada. Reminiscent in design coloring. Yes. To the Golden Gate Bridge. What? Coloring, yeah. Connecting the city with the municipality of Almada. Like Almada and Lisbon. Connecting Almada and Lisbon. Yes, on one side we can see Almada, on another side Lisbon. Looks like this. Maybe we will be able to look on map. Can we do this? I think of course we can, just we need to see this. Here we are. Here we have a map of this bridge. It looks, as I said before, of course, amazing. Like, quite cool. It is enormous. And also we can... what can you do? Oops. I can hear English and Russian language in this video. Guys, so yes, guy in Russian talking there in this video in Lisbon, wow. And I can hear English and Russian. And it is just view on this bridge itself. I believe which is more populated, it is Lisbon, and another side, as we can see, it is another, how it's called, I already forget how it's called. Almada, or yes, something like this. Oops. Anyway, yes, let's go. I think that Almada. Yes, I was right. Yeah, Almada. Okay, let's go to watch. Let's continue video because it's left not so much time, and it looks for me that their revolution was quite peaceful. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out.
The military came into the streets with carnation flowers in their guns, sending a powerful message to the people of Lisbon, ending the longest authoritarian dictatorship ever in Europe,
It looks like
and one of the
peaceful.
most peaceful revolutions in history.
Yeah. It is amazing. It is amazing. I hope that in Russia there will be peaceful changes. I really hope this, because no, it's not in anybody's interest to have more dictatorship in Russia, or maybe it's nobody wants this, I'm sure, and country with nuclear power. I hope that Russia will have peaceful changes against war, for cultural exchange, for self-improvement. I hope for this. And yes, I see their messages and questions about I wonder if there are a lot of Russians in Portugal or Lisbon. Let's look for this information. And at the same time, you gave before link about prices for apartments. Like we can look for this now because it is close to end. And let's look how many Russians in Portugal. Oh, I did mistake. 6,000. Number 6,000. It is more than immigration to Portugal, Wikipedia, than Sweden or Bulgaria. But again, we are talking about Russia and Russians. Russians, they have more by population. And we can see here information like this. And immigrants in Portugal largely come from Latin America, Eastern Europe, Lusophone nations in Africa and South Asia. Major groups of immigrants to Portugal include Brazilians, Ukrainians, Moldovans, Americans, Romanians, Russians, Chinese, Venezuelans, Angolans, Indians, Nepals, a lot. I want to see these statistics. Maybe they have these kind of in picture. Now let's go images. No. Pamparam. Largest group, 230,000 people. It is Brazilians, from Brasilia. I think that 6,000 of Russians, it is nothing compared. It's not nothing, but it is not so much. Quite interesting situation. No. Just open this website. They're shown here too. Portugal, like 10 millions people, 10 plus millions. Russia, we can see, was decline in population since 2000s. 142, 144. Okay, and then increasing in population by taking territories. Okay. Population male. We are not looking today about Russia. Why they gave me Russia? Wow, it was increasing population of Portugal like exponentially in 80s. It looks like after falling, or like when it became democratic country, Portugal was increasing in population. People like, finally we can have children, they say to everyone like around the world. We do not have like dictatorship, let's make children. And that's what they did. Yeah, immediately people like, maybe people will not maybe, it looks like people will not feeling safely to have, they didn't see future in dictatorship. As a result, like, wow, why to, yes. Okay, let's go. Oh, I forget about music sound.
neighborhood is home to a beautiful in history. The Campo de Ourique neighborhood is home to a beautiful market. There are many local food stands with things like homemade jams and dried fruit, along with some great lunch options. I just love markets like these, and usually when I visit a city for the first time, I always make it a point to find these markets. This is a great place to go on a hot day and recharge a bit. Here's a little secret. This is the last stop of the infamous Tram 28, which is one of the best tram routes in all of Lisbon.
Oh.
If you catch it here, which is the last stop, you will
Sam Smith Q was talking about trams, and here they're talking about
bypass the long and big crowds at Martim Moniz, the first stop. You will thank me later for this.
Wow.
The Tower of Belém is the gateway to Lisbon, located at the mouth of the Tejo River. It was built as a fort to protect any intruders, and it was also the embarkation and disembarkation for the Portuguese explorers.
Amazing.
Here you can wait in a long line to try the original recipe for the famous pastel de nata.
Looks delicious.
As the sun begins to set, I advise you to get to a miradouro or a viewpoint as soon as you possibly can. This is exactly what Mario and I did while enjoying a nice beer. At the end of the tour, Mario quoted Casablanca and said, "I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship," and I couldn't agree more. Lisbon has a way of getting into your bones, kind of like the cold in a Portuguese house in the winter. I hope that Lisbon doesn't change too much because I like her just the way she is. If you come to visit Lisbon, please
He
leave
said,
it
I
better
like
than you found it.
Lisbon, yo. I never tried. Like every time you when you know a lot of things, all of our eagles, members of our community, all of you know so many stuff, and I never tried these tarts of Portuguese, or maybe I didn't remember this. I don't know. I don't remember this.
Hey, thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it, my man.
It was a pleasure, real pleasure.
It was incredible.
You're even nicer than I expected.
But he
it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for everything.
Probably he didn't subscribe again, but I don't know. Let's look.
You have a very good end of your day, and if you need me, you know how to find me.
If you are interested in taking a tuk-tuk ride in Lisbon, I highly recommend Mario. He is a Lisbon native, an all-around great person, and knows all of the history of the city. There is a link in the description below to his Facebook, and you can message him there and book a ride with him.
Yes.
A no-frills working. This is Ramiro.
Yeah, he will talk about other thing. We will look right now at the finalizing our live stream by watching apartments, how they cost, how expensive they are in Lisbon. This website was called, I want to look. One moment. From Lisa Marshall in our chat. Portugal Homes. For sale, let's look for prices. And here we are. Thank you for sharing with this. And it is quite expensive. I know maybe we can make property for sale, commercial or residential. Still expensive. Let's look draw map. Draw map. What? Lisbon, you can see here, like we were talking before, here you can find two bridges on the map which are quite big, and we saw all both these bridges. Almeda is here, and we saw this red bridge, and we will look in Lisbon like close to, let's look here. Can I you custom available? What am I doing? I'm drawing. Let's look like here, like wow. In the center. Wow, never was using such thing before. Like draw map. It looks amazing. Gosh. I can draw? Gosh, I didn't know that I can draw on the map. Like maybe it is because of this website. Okay, we will look on Lisbon. 122 properties available, sold. Oh no. What to do next? Maybe to make it closer. They're showing only which were sold. I do not see here. Okay, let's go to home. Lisbon. Okay, 300,000 in dollars you can choose. Oh gosh, it is very expensive, 326,000. But this is in the center, and it has amazing view. I have no doubt. Oh, I love this. I love this style. I want to have such style, my townhouse or apartment here in Houston. I love this, what I see. I love this kitchen. It is convenient. Wow, it is great. Wow, I love. Gosh, and they have view on the city itself. That's why it is so incredibly expensive. Oh my god, I love this bathroom. I love this bathroom too. Yes, this looks. The city looks so romantic. It looks really awesome. Now I'm understanding why it is. Yeah, it is my dream to have apartment like this. It is crazy. Even like you have two bedrooms. You have two bedrooms. Gosh, it is fantastic. Yes, oh my god, and this they have this towards city, like god. It makes sense why it is so expensive, because this is the best ever apartment I saw. This is my dream, to have such apartments. Maybe in future one day we'll be able to have such a like this in Houston. Yes, it is amazing. Anyway, I think that today we looked a lot about Lisbon. I think that it was good comparison. Thank you all of you for your support. I appreciate this a lot. For me, it was enjoyable to compare prices with those which I knew in other cities. Just to look, we looked only one apartment, but I think it was nice, very cool thing. I'm sure that you can find much cheaper apartments and much more expensive because usually they do not have limits. But yes, anyway, had that. All white is hard to keep clean though, but it looks like yeah, it is. It has white, but it is, yeah. Usually, majority of people have these white walls or not. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Jamie Dreams, for your messages. Thank you a lot, Lisa Marshall, for helping with a lot. And you say that I see your message like help Alex buy his first car or buy me a coffee. Yes, it would be amazing if you will help me with my first ever car, and I appreciate all of your support. You're amazing. I think that today was fascinating live stream for me. I tried to understand about Lisbon from different perspectives. I didn't watch lecture. I was watching vlog where one guy, he was talking and showing city from his perspective as a local guy, as a guy who was living all his life there, and passionate tuk-tuk driver. Yes, I think that it was fascinating. We looked on population. We found out Lisbon has amazing how it's named, bridges, amazing architecture. I was trying to compare this architecture with other architectures which like with my city Arsenyev in Primorsky Krai. And yes, and Jamie Dreams, you say that that your kitchen is all white, and really I won't ever have one again. I understood what you're talking about. Kitchen, it can be difficult to keep clean if it is completely white. Sometimes it's better to have combination. White example, coffee color, or maybe wood color, like this combination, like something like this, maybe not only white. Completely white, it is a disaster for like you need to, yeah, I understand your logic completely. Anyway, what you need to know, that you're amazing, believe in your dreams, go towards them. I hope that peace will be everywhere and people will go towards this eventually, because peace is, sometimes people do not understand that peace is so valuable. Only when people have this wartime, only then people like, oh my gosh, it was so nice, we had so good time. But only then when they're realizing. Anyway, thank you a lot, and yes. Oh, I see this message. At the end, you said I enjoy the live streams, and you can find there a lot of Alexander Petrov. Yeah, you can subscribe to Alex Russian channel. Thank you a lot. I forget about this anyway. Yes, I'm hugging you, wishing to be yourself. You're amazing, you're enough, and as always, see you next time.